How does he talk, Don?
Well, now, actually, that isn't Papa
That's
Smurf.
not Papa.
Papa Smurf speaks like that.
But that little fella would more or less have a voice like that. That's probably Dreamy.
Don Messick, it's nice to see you.
If you've watched the Jetsons or the Flintstones, then you've probably heard of Don Messick. He was one of the greatest Hanna-Barbera voice actors of his decade. He was born on September 7th, 1926, and kick-started his voice acting journey in 1941. And today, I want us to remember 9 of his best characters which he voiced in different animations and cartoons. And to start with is Hampton the Pig, who was one of the major characters of the Tiny Toon Adventures. He was a close friend to Plucky Duck, and was a pig that would eat anything but pork. He was one of the cleanest characters in the show, and was also a good friend of both Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck. Another iconic character that Don Messick voiced is Papa Smurf, who was said to be about 546 years old, and was the oldest Smurf and the leader of all other Smurfs. In the Jetsons movie, Don voiced the dog called Astro, who was a Great Dane that weighed approximately 245 pounds, and was a dog that was rescued by the Jetsons family as a pet in the house. And another Great Dane that Don Messick voiced was Scooby-Doo, who was the only dog in the Scooby-Doo franchise, and was a cowardly dog who was known for his ultimate speeds when danger loomed, and is still one of the most iconic characters from 1969 to date. Yet another dog he voiced was Droopy Dog in the Tom and Jerry franchise. This particular dog was a white basset hound that was the only true dog friend of Tom, and was seen appearing non-consecutively in the show. Ratchet from the animated series of Transformers was also voiced by this legend. And in the Flintstones, he took part in voicing the baby known as Bam Bam Rubble, who was the adoptive son of Barney and Betty Rubble. He was a cave baby, and was again a very strong child who always carried a huge stick. Arabian Nights was also a Hanna-Barbera production, and Don Messick voiced Zazoom, a donkey and a pet of a man known as Razim, and was known for his visibly long ears. Another Hanna-Barbera cartoon was Shazam, and we saw a camel known as Kabubi, who was a flying camel that provided transportation for Chuck and Nancy, and some villains in the show were seen hunting Kabubi for his unique wings. Don met his wife Helen McHugh and married her in 1953, and both were blessed with one child. Don sadly suffered a stroke in October 24, 1997, and he passed away at the age of 71 years in Salinas, California. He is still regarded to as one of the greatest voice actors to this day, and he has also inspired people like Frank Welker to continue his legacy in Scooby-Doo and other animated shows.